All right, good morning, guys. So, I'm going to go over this week's assignment, but first let's talk about some Agenda E stuff. So this week we're going to do a high school scavenger hunt. Today is May 18th. Okay, so agenda. We are working on the high school scavenger hunt. I'm going to make it due Thursday. But you should be able to get it done in 2 days and then have a couple days to work on late work, just so you guys know. So I went over this in our Zoom meeting Friday, but there's quite a few people missing. Late work is due for me on Tuesday the 26th at 8 a.m. I highly recommend you find out from your teachers this week, like when is their last day for late work, because it might be different. So remember, for fourth quarter, you're either going to get a credit, like you're doing most of the work, or you're getting an NA, which means you didn't do most of the work. I'm not sure what the cutoff is. I hope to find that out in the teacher staff meeting on Monday, the 18th. So once I know, I will let you know, because there are a few of you that if I look at the percentages, it's kind of low. So we need to get some of those missing assignments in, right? So I'm giving you a little bit of time this week to work on that. All right. So we know our Zoom office hours is going to be Wednesday. We'll do something on Friday. Okay. So this week, here are our assignments. Today is agenda check. I did see a few of them have been turned in. I know a few of you were still working on some late work. Okay. We're going to do the high school transition scavenger hunt. I'm going to go through that in a minute. It is due on Thursday morning. The last agenda check, so you do need to keep an agenda for this week. The last check I'll do is next week, so you will not have to keep one for that week. Remember that Memorial Day is on Monday. That's why everything's due Tuesday. And I need all late work by Tuesday. All right. So in Google Classroom, it's already here. Here's your high school transition scavenger hunt. That's the assignment for this week. There's your last agenda check. That's the one that you need to start filling out this week. All right. So I showed you guys, a few of you that were in the Zoom, but some of us are all going to different high schools. So here are your 4 high schools that I know all of you are going to. Just from the form that we did, it sounds like you guys are doing pretty good transitioning. You're kind of looking forward to high school. Some of you are a little more nervous than others. The most thing is just the unknown jitters, and that's totally normal and expected. So I just want to give a little bit of time for you to explore your campus resources and website. In high school, just like the further up you go in education, there's just so much more that's offered. And I want you to make sure to understand that. A lot of good information is on your high school websites. So name a high school, link here, find a map, a campus map. I could not find one on the SM website, but if I did a Google search, you find campus maps and that are just fine. I was able to find the campus map on all the other websites. Valeria, I don't know if I looked at Orchid Academy, but I did look at all the other ones. I do want a list of the school counselors, all of them. The reason I say all of them is because a lot of your schools, they have a grade level counselor. So what happens is the ones listed right now as 12th grade counselors, they are going to be the freshman counselors next year, right? So I want you to kind of know the names of the counselors, and then maybe you'll recognize it when you have your counselor next year. They're going to be really important to you, especially like if you don't get your classes right away that you were supposed to get because of all this craziness right now, you just really want to know who your counselor is. They're also going to be the ones that are going to help you and possibly write letters of recommendation and get your transcripts when it's time to start applying for scholarships and other grants or applying to college. Okay. So I want counselors there. I want links. Some of them have them together, some of them have them separated on your school, but what are some clubs? What are some sports? Link them. Is there any here that you were curious about? Okay. Find the College Career Center. I believe in 2 of your high schools, it's the same center, it's one. And so you'd only have one link here. There was a couple schools where it has it separated to career, like more like how to, like where you go for a work permit if you're going to work in a high school, and then one for college. So that's why there's 2 boxes. Very important, especially when you get to your junior, senior year, is going to be that college career center. So what stuff is there? Okay. So that is the assignment. Again, it's due Thursday. You have plenty of time, but I did want to go over with you guys what a few of you were curious about as far as my experience. So I went to Tehachapi High School. This is me after I graduated. So it was a long time ago. So a lot of things have changed. I don't feel like I'm this old, but I graduated high school in 2002. So it'll be 20 years in 2 years, which is crazy. So it's been 18 years. All right. So as far as academics, I was definitely like a college prep track. So I did all my A through G. I did do extra math and science just because that was always my passion. I did not go easy. So I did all my A through G. I didn't go easy on my electives. I took extra science classes. I did all 4 years of math, which is not a requirement. The one thing I did not do that I could have done, I did not do 4 years of a foreign language. I only did the required A through G, the 2 years of Spanish. And I'm okay with that. That was not a passion of mine, and I think I just kind of stuck with my passion. I also took extra PE classes just to stay in shape for soccer and keep me going. And it's just healthy for me to be active. I took AP Biology, AP US History, AP Government, and AP English. So I took 4 of the AP. There is more offered as far as AP now than there was when I was in school. I had to get approved to be an AP English. English was never my strong suit, and I did not pass the AP exam. Just, it's not my strong, but it did give me a lot of it. It was good for me, and the teacher was really good. She's like, if you're willing to try it, I'm going to let you do it. And so she took me in. I mean, she talked to my other teachers that I had in English, and so I was somewhat recommended, but it wasn't, I was not going to be in there unless I pushed myself in there, and I did push myself in there. As far as extracurricular, I was pretty involved in my church throughout all of high school. So that it does count as an extracurricular, guys, on your like college. Anything you do in the community, even if it's not in school, is still an extracurricular. I did academic decathlon my senior year. I did work on like the senior class leadership and did like homecoming and graduation planning and stuff like that. I was a member of the National Honor Society. I did snowboard club for a while. I think there were some other clubs. They just did not last as far as very long. I definitely stayed busy in sports. My freshman through junior year, I played for the high school soccer team. I also did like the AYSO, which is the community soccer in the fall, and then did winter soccer on the school team. I was captain my junior year. I did not play my senior year. I mean, I was good enough to play, but I was not going to be going on to college. So I wanted to focus more on school and some other things my senior year. And I was doing 3 AP classes that year. So that was just my priorities. So reasons I did not work in high school. So I think I went over this with you guys when we talked about working in high school. My parents got divorced my freshman year, and they needed my help. I was the oldest kid. My brother was younger. They had to work a lot in order to afford 2 homes for us. And so I did a lot of I did all the grocery shopping, a lot of the cooking, a lot of the cleaning. And then I was taking my brother to appointments and all that kind of stuff. Plus, when I played sports, there was no way with practice and stuff that I could have worked. I did work for my dad's side business. My dad did tile and brick. I did work for him during summers and breaks. I also babysat throughout the year a lot, and that's how I just had enough spending money to get by. It wasn't like I could have buy a car or anything like that, but I did fine. So just some things to consider. My biggest piece of advice for going anywhere in life is you need to be your biggest advocate. So if something is not working, you need to find a solution. If you don't think you're in the right classes, don't sit there in the wrong class all year. Make sure that you know like what the graduation requirements, what the A through G requirements, what your rights are. For example, my freshman year, I got put in this math class that it was clear the teacher wasn't teaching, and it was clear the students didn't expect to pass. And I was in a class my freshman year with like juniors that were taking it for the third time. And I was like, you know what? This is not going to work. I will not be in the same math class. I'm not going to struggle like this. And I was good at math, but I got switched. And in fact, I went to a different math, and it was fine. And then I ended up being fine. Don't spread yourself too thin. Find extracurricular activities that are right for you. Don't get involved in something just because you think it looks good. Get involved because you like it. You got fun with the people, and then you're going to be tied in, right? Try a few. It's okay to try a few. I know I tried some other clubs. I can't remember like what did not stick. Remember, some stress is a good thing. You need a little bit of stress to keep you moving and keep you motivated, but too much stress makes you want to give up and you want to completely shut down and stop. So you need to find the right balance. I was probably a little too stressed because I'm a perfectionist and wanted to make everything perfect. And then I get myself all caught up, and I still do the same thing today, but I'm better about it. So just find the right path for you. All right. So explore your high school. Hope you guys are having a good week, and I'd love to talk to you. So email, Zoom, whatever. Have a good day.